Hey guys, Gathering Magic back again, and it's Sunday, so it's time for another episode of the Splinterlands Land Market Watch. This is episode number 49 already, and it is March 22nd, 2026. So let's go through all things land, starting with the number of plots that are available for sale over on Peak Monsters. So currently there are 2,460 plots available, up 12 from 2 weeks ago. For land plots that are unsurveyed in the marketplace in game, there are 3 at $38. Last time 2 weeks ago, there was only 1, and the cheapest was $42.50 for that cheapest price. Over on Hive, it's even cheaper. There are 2 plots available, $33.25 a piece. So if you are interested in rolling the dice for an unsurveyed plot, definitely head over to Hive. Land tracks, no movement, still those 3 tracks. Cheapest is just under $8,000, and then the one land region is still available for just under $89,000. Time crystals saw a spike in the last couple weeks, so 2 weeks ago you could have picked some up for just over 70 DEC a piece. Currently the cheapest on the non-card market is 96 DEC a piece, so just a little bit cheaper than if you were to buy them directly from the store for 100 DEC. Okay, totem fragments. So there are some cheap totem fragments on the market. So last time, $1.45 was your cheapest. There's 136 available. There is one at 95 cents, and then I think it goes to $1, but still a lot cheaper than it was 2 weeks ago. So if you're interested in picking up just a couple of fragments to complete your totem, definitely go check out the non-card market. Rare totem fragments start at $7.90. Epics at $34.99, and then the legendary totem fragments start at $150. Now for complete totems, there are quite a few currently that are under $10. So there are a few that are at $9.70 and $9.75. So if you're interested in picking up a complete totem for under $10, once again, check out the non-card market. There's a total of 122 complete totems available for sale. Rares, there are 68 available starting at $55. Epics, 26 available starting at $200, and 6 legendary totems available starting at $899.99. Okay, totem claims, really no movement from 2 weeks ago. The only difference is there's 1 fewer common and rare. Commons are still $16.75. Rares are still $95. Epics, $349. Legendaries did come down though, down to $900. Okay, land baron. So if you wanted to get the cheapest 50 plots in the game currently, 2 weeks ago it would have cost you $587.59 or $11.75 a plot. Currently, the 50 cheapest are only $512.91 or just over $10 a plot. So there are a lot listed for under $10 right now, all in the same region by the same seller, just looking to dump some on the market. So that has driven the price down for those. So your cheapest natural resource plots currently, if you wanted to pick up the cheapest grain plot, $25, $23 2 weeks ago. Cheapest wood plot is $10.50. Cheapest stone, like I just mentioned, $9.99. And then cheapest ore is at $15, so actually up from 2 weeks ago. All right, 5 cheapest land plots per rarity, starting with your common natural. So $10.75 was the floor 2 weeks ago. Currently $9.90 in region 115. 34 available, all canyons. Then next, region 97 has a forest for $10.50. Regions 12, 41, 102, and 115 have plots for $10.75. Region 115 has 2 canyons for $10.99. And then finally, region 102 also has canyons for sale for $11.77. Okay, moving on to the rares. So 2 weeks ago, $22.49 to $25. Currently the cheapest, there's some $20 plots, one in region 13 for a jungle and one in region 46 for a desert. Then the next cheapest is $21.95 in region 28 for a forest. Region 122 also has a forest for $22.49. Region 100 has a forest for $22.50. And then finally, Region 7 has a tundra for $27. Okay, moving to epics. So 123 to 200 was the range. Now there are several plots available for $115 in regions 18, 60, 100, 112, and 143. Then the price goes to $123 in region 27, $125 in region 135, $130 in region 125, and $145 in region 85. And those are for epic natural plots. Okay, legendary natural. So there are some more legendary natural plots that were listed. I noticed Trash Panda has been selling a lot of plots. So there are a lot of different varieties, a lot of different rarities available from Trash Panda. So currently, the cheapest plots are $450. Those are in regions 46, 98, 133, and 135 for deserts, jungle, and a tundra. Then the price goes to $488 in region 44. That is for a desert. Region 72 has a hills for $560. Region 12 has a canyon for $750. And then finally, region 60 has a legendary natural desert for $825. All right, let's move to the magical plots. So last time you were looking basically $23 to $38. Currently you can see region 115 has plots available. $22.88 for Earth Magic, $22.99 for a Death Magic plot and Fire. 115 also has a Death and Fire plot available for $25.99 a piece. Next, region 17 has a Death Bog for $30. So this is a grain producing plot. Region 76 has a Water Swamp for $30. And then finally, for $33, you can pick up plots in regions 50 and 62. Region 50 has a Death Swamp and a Life Jungle. And then region 62 has a Life Jungle. Once again, those are for $33 a piece. Okay, moving on to the rares. So there are a few rares under 40 bucks, 5 to be exact, $37 a piece. So region 69 has a Death Desert, a Fire Canyon, and a Life Tundra. And then region 109 has a Death Swamp and Earth Swamp, and those are for $37. $40 next in regions 119 for a Life River and a Fire Plains. So these are also both grain producing plots, and they are rares, so keep that in mind. Region 115 has a Dragon Canyon for $44.99. Region 17 has 6 plots available, and 5 of the 6 are grain producing, and they are $45 a piece. And then finally, region 18 has a Fire Badlands for $60. Okay, next are your epic plots for Magic. So the cheapest is $150 in region 46, Death Desert. Next is $175 in region 27, Death Magic for a Mountain. Region 20 for $220 has a Water Bog, grain producer. Region 102 has an Earth Forest for $275. And then region 28 also has an Earth Forest for $360. Okay, legendary magical plots. Last time there was none. We actually have one for sale. $1,500 in region 125, and that is for Dragon Magic. Okay, next are the occupied. So last time 48 to 60 bucks. Currently your cheapest is in region 115. You've seen a lot of plots in that region. $49 for a couple canyons. Next, the price goes to $50 in regions 48, 76, 112, and 115. Next, in regions 13, 94, and 97, there are occupied plots for $53. Region 46 has an occupied desert for $55. And then region 39 has 6 Badlands occupied for $58 a piece. Okay, your rare occupied. 90 to 145 was the range 2 weeks ago. Currently there is one for $75 in region 135. Next is $90 in region 143, $96 in region 27, $128.88 in regions 42 and 43. And then finally $145 for a rare occupied plot in region 112. Okay, moving on to the epics. Same as 2 weeks ago, no new listing. So last time $9.99 to $12.50. Still have that $999 plot in region 132 that is a lake. So this is also grain producer. And then $1,250 in region 26. Okay, legendary occupied. So last time we had a plot for 2,000. We actually have 3. This is the most legendary occupied I've seen in quite a while, and it's only 3 plots. So for $1,750, there is a legendary occupied forest in region 109, so that is 4 wood. Region 80 has a legendary occupied bog, so a grain producer for $1,860. And then also grain producing lake in region 121 for $2,000. Okay, keeps. Last time cheapest keep was $1,050, so that one is gone. The list is the same after that. So the next cheapest, which is currently the cheapest, $1,250 in region 141, $1,490 in region 9, $1,700 in region 48, $1,995 in region 137, and finally $2,000 in region 135. Castle, last time 9,000. There's still that castle in region 14 for 9,000. Okay, next are the trade swaps. So a month ago, 1 DEC would have got you a little over 56 grain. Currently, it will get you just under 65 grain per DEC. Iron has seen basically no change from a month ago, just over 2.1 iron per DEC. Stone has come down, so a month ago you could have got 9.68 stone per DEC. Now you're looking at 8.1. And then finally wood a month ago, 27.8 wood per DEC. Now you're getting 33.4 wood per DEC. Okay, all the different land items currently. So Midnight Potions had that spike, everyone buying them for Conclave Arcana and for Escalation. So we saw that price spike to 2.7 cents, currently 2.1 cents. Fortune tickets had a big jump from 39 cents up to 50 cents. Auction marks currently 169, they were 165, and then wagon kits came down slightly from $5.04 to an even $5. All the different unbinding scrolls, so common scrolls 1.6 cents, rares 6.5 cents, epics 33.9 cents, and then legendary scrolls $1.79.5. And then your polymorph portions are 7.5 cents, capacity flux 17.5 cents, and then Phoenix Sash are still half a penny a piece. And then your land cards. So your common land cards currently are $2.55. The rares at $13.15. Epics came up to $26.50, and there is no legendary land card on the market. And then the gold foil versions, commons are still at 27, rares are still at 63, epics $149.98, and there are no gold foil legendary land cards on the market. All land cards sold out on December 14th. So the next update, guys, is buildings. Of course, you know that. So store up on your resources, grab those time crystals. So once again, if you want to support me and you like this content, I am on Buy Me a Coffee. My page is buymeacoffee.com/gathering the magic. So I do monthly legendary card giveaways and personalized videos for silver members. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Much appreciated. So that is it, guys, for Land Market Watch for March 22nd, 2026. Hope you guys are doing well. Definitely check out some of the other content creators. I know Our Fated Glory is going to be doing a mass pack opening for Chaos Legion probably in a week or so as he builds up his potion supply. But we've got a lot of other great content creators out there, so definitely go ahead and check them out. Especially the Twitch streamers. So until next time, stay the course, keep on forging, and have fun. Take care.